You know, someone on that screen looks somewhat familiar. I also like the phantom trumpet doing its thing. You know, our next guest from his multi-platinum band, AJR, and his hit song, World's Smallest Violin, but when he's not making music with his brothers, or teaching climate advocacy as a professor at Columbia University. He's building support for activism by borrowing a few tactics from the music industry that he knows so well.
That's right. He has a new book called Amplify, How to Use the Power of Connection to Engage, Take Action, and Build a Better World, which is out now, and he's here to tell us how we New Yorkers can do our part. Yeah. Please welcome Mr. Met himself, Adam Met.
I'm sorry, I forgot my big head at home today.
That's what it looks like.
Well, real quick, we love highlighting Native New Yorkers doing extraordinary things, and you are a Native New Yorker. You grew up where?
In Chelsea, born and raised in Chelsea.
And which is your team? It's okay, you could say it. We're still friends. It's fine. You guys are on a run.
Segment over. We're done.
We're done. We're done. We opened up with that clip of you and your band, and you just said you had long hair. You just cut it.
I just cut it a couple weeks ago. I feel very free.
We love it.
It is free.
So, where did this journey start? Climate change. You were just growing up in Chelsea. You were like, you know what? This is it.
Yeah, Chelsea, climate change, direct connection. But honestly, when I was in high school, I took a trip and saw somebody speak, and this person was Mary Robinson. She was the former president of Ireland, an incredible, incredible person. And sometimes it just takes one person to inspire a young person to start becoming an activist. And then when we were on tour, we would pull into San Francisco and experience the forest fires. We would be in Athens in Greece, and the entire city would flood. And then we on tour would move on to the next city, and our fans would have to stay and clean up the mess. So me seeing this city to city, our fans experiencing all of the effects of climate directly, that made me kind of stay in school. I did my PhD, and now I teach at Columbia because it was an important issue that's affecting everybody in different ways around the world.
Wow. Very true. Adam, tell us about the book and what you want people to get from it.
Yeah, so Amplify is kind of the culmination of a lot of years of work. I've spent so much time in music and so much time in advocacy, and everything that I learned from music is about how to build an effective fan base. What if we could take those strategies for building an effective fan base and apply them to build better social movements? What if climate or healthcare or immigration had fan bases the way that musicians do? People could get excited in a really kind of sticky and important way, and that's what the book is about. All of these techniques that we can do better advocacy for all of these different movements.
I mean, New York City did you well. Your parents must be so proud. I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, wow, I hope my kids do this too, because but it's so simple. It feels so simple.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we just overcomplicate things.
We really do, and sometimes the best ideas are the ones that work really well somewhere else already, but we're not applying them to other places, and that's why this solution works, and that's why I wrote Amplify.
So what are you learning? What is it about the fan base of music that you are discovering or creating for the fans of climate change?
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. If you're doing some sort of advocacy, right, you're either out marching in a protest, and that's because you're angry or you're frustrated, or you're at a gala and you're sitting around, people are giving speeches, the food is terrible, and you're trying to raise money. What if there was a space in between where the live experience could actually be fun and interesting the way a concert is? Or how do you use games to get people engaged? Or how do you build a bigger tent, meaning talking to people who disagree with you? That's what happens at a concert. Everyone's problems go away, and they're there just to have fun.
Yeah, speaking of that, right, the digital spaces, you can reach out to the masses, but like you said, when you get to experience something firsthand and maybe unplug from being digitized so much, how does that help?
Yeah, so the digital space is great for beginning organizing, but a lot of the work I do proves that you can do so much better advocacy when people are in person. So online is great, Instagram, TikTok, all those places are great, but they should be an on-ramp to get people in person. Build community, and then you bring that community out into the world, and then that's where the real action happens.
Let's bring back face-to-face, real human interaction. Humans are inherently good.
Not
we are inherently good.
Facebook or the MySpace?
No,
not that.
Climate change seems so insurmountable. What can folks in the tri-state area do to help work with it, combat it, and all the rest?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things is to work locally. Yes, at the federal level, there's so much going on, but to work in your own local community is extremely important. There's an organization called 350.org. They have an NYC chapter. They actually just advocated for this amazing bill that passed the Senate. So imagine if when you were at home and you had to recycle, the responsibility wasn't on you, but it was on the company that developed the product that needed to actually be recycled. This bill requires companies to actually build out that infrastructure. So recycling isn't the responsibility of the individual, it's the responsibility of the companies and the infrastructure that create it. So we need to get this bill passed because it'll help every New Yorker do a better job recycling.
I mean,
It's a different way of thinking, ain't it?
it sure is.
I like it.
Mr. Adam Met. Mr. Met.
We just met Mr. Met.
Thank you so much for joining us. The book Amplify, How to Use the Power of Connection to Engage, Take Action, and Build a Better World is out now. Right now.
Outstanding.
Go
Thank
get it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much.